This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 6004 Lake Lindero Drive, Agoura Hills, California, 91301. Today is June 1st, 2022. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located just to the right of the front door in the plant area. This is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout. This is underneath a sewer box cover there. This is our sewer box cover here. This goes out towards the front of our property. This goes towards our front door. And what we're going to do is we're going to zero out our camera monitor here at the top of the cleanout. And we're just going to drop down and begin our video sewer inspection. So it does appear to be a little bit of debris there, but go ahead and continue to push out. It does appear to be, we're going to pull back just to the bottom of the cleanout there. We did drop down from black ABS sewer pipe and immediately transition to what appears to be vitreous clay. So we're just going to pull back just a little bit so we can see that transition. I'm going to pull back a little bit more, and right about there. So right here at the bottom, we do transition from black ABS sewer pipe to vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And coming up on the joint there, we'll pull back a little bit. We do got a little bit of root intrusion in that joint there, as you can see from about the 3 o'clock area. So we're just going to continue to push out slowly. And we're coming up on our next joint. And as you can see in this joint here, we do have quite a bit of root intrusion from about the 7 o'clock area going all the way up and around to about the 4 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we're coming up on the next joint. And again, in this joint here, you can see that we do have some root intrusion as well, right around the 3 o'clock going up and around to about the 9 o'clock area. So we continue to push out, some more root intrusion in those joints there. And we're coming up on our next joint. And again, more root intrusion in that joint as well. So we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we're coming up on the next joint here. As you can see, we've got a little bit of an offset from about the 3 o'clock area going up until around about the 9 o'clock area. And as we push out a little bit, it does appear that that is our test tee there at the top, right around the 12 o'clock area. That does possibly our test tee right around the curb area. So we're going to just jump up and over this area. And we got a little bit of debris on our camera lens. So we're just going to pause here for a moment. We're going to see if we can flush a toilet to rinse our camera lens. So we'll pause here. Okay, we're going to rinse our camera lens. So went ahead and flush the toilet. We're going to rinse our camera lens. We're going to pause here for a moment, let the water run down. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. We're going to make a little bit of a turn. Again, a couple offsets in those joints there. Again, a little bit of an offset in that joint there. But again, we'll just continue to push out. And coming up on the next joint, that joint appeared to be in fair condition. A little bit of cobwebs, but nothing major. Coming up on the next joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. Continue to push out. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And we continue to push out. We continue to push out. And coming up on the next joint, that joint appears to be fair condition. Again, we'll just continue to push out. Coming up on the next joint, pull back just a little bit. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And coming up on the next joint here, a little bit of a gap in that joint there. We're going to pull back just a little bit. You can see a little bit of a gap there, possibly a crack there at the bottom from about the 3 o'clock going down to about the 6 o'clock. I'm going to push in slowly. Take a look. And yeah, it does appear that we do have a crack in that joint there. What we'll do is we'll continue to push out. We're right at the saddle, so we're just going to push in and make a little bit of a turn, and then we drop down into our city sewer tie-in. And so what we'll do is we'll pull back and we'll mark this area where we have a little bit of a crack. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. As you can see, we do have the water flowing beneath us. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back slowly, and as we pull back, we're going to take a good look at the saddle. This is our saddle area. I'm going to go ahead and continue to pull back slowly.
At least on this side, the car looks good.
And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. As we come back and we pull back, we do have a little bit of a crack in a joint here. And as we pull back, you can see here in that joint there that we do have a crack. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we do have a crack in this area here, and it is just in the middle of the street, just in front of the saddle. So we are parallel with the manhole cover. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And just continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of cobwebs there at the top. Again, we'll just continue to pull back.
Just did one on port side, the one down the street out of escrow. Said basically the same thing. They came out. He goes, "You're fine." So,
and that joint appears to be in fair condition. Pause there for a moment. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Again, as we pull back, we're pulling back towards the property, heading back towards the test tee area. And again, that joint appears to be in fair condition. So again, we just continue to pull back, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. So again, that joint appears to be in fair condition. Again, that joint appears to be in fair condition. And as we continue to pull back, we make a little bit of a turn. And we're right around the test tee area here, and as you can see, we do have a fairly large offset in that area, right around the Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is along the walkway next to the curb, and we did locate it at approximately 7 foot deep. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and again, as you can see there, we have a large offset, and we do have a root intrusion coming in around the 11 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Again, as we pull back, we come across the joint here, and these joints here do have root intrusions coming in on the joints. That one there got the root intrusion coming in around the 9 o'clock area, so we're just going to continue to pull back. From here back, pulling back towards the mainline sewer cleanout, we do have multiple root intrusions throughout the vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, continue to pull back, and as we pull back, we do have more root intrusion coming into those joints there. So again, we just continue to pull back. And again, we do have a large root intrusion in that joint there. And this push in a little bit. So again, we do have large root intrusion in this joint here from about the 9 o'clock going all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. We would recommend possibly having the line hydrojetted and re-inspected. And that way we get a good indication what get the root intrusions out, and we can check those joints. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. As we pull back, we transition back into a black ABS sewer pipe, and we're going to pull up and out of our clean out. What we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to the left-hand side of the house. Just outside the kitchen, we do have appears to be a 2-inch ABS waistline cleanout located on the wall. What we're going to do is we're going to zero out our camera monitor here. This is our 2-inch ABS waistline cleanout here. This goes out towards the front of the property here, and this goes towards the rear of our property here, towards our pool area. So what we're going to do is we're going to zero out our camera monitor here. And we're just going to drop down slowly, see if we can, how far out we can push out from this waistline. As you can see, we do have quite a bit of buildup, a lot of debris, a lot of buildup in this area. So we'll push out slowly. Okay, we ran a little bit of water in our kitchen sink, so what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to push out slowly. Again, we do have a lot of debris, a lot of buildup in this area. We'll wiggle or shake our camera back and forth a little bit, see if we can get it cleared. What we're going to do is we're just going to continue to push out. We'll push out slowly. Okay, unfortunately we're not going to be able to make that sweep there in the cast iron. It does make a 90-degree turn and dropping down, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to drop down there. So what we're going to do is we can't go through the roof vent. It is a tile roof, so we can't go down that roof vent. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to shut our water down, and then we'll pull back and take a good look. So we're going to pause here. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we're unable to push past this point just due to that fitting. It is making a 90-degree turn. And again, as I mentioned, we can't go through the roof vent due to the fact that it is a tile roof. So again, we're just going to pull back slowly. We did shut the water down. You can see we've got eggshells. We do got some debris. We do got some buildup.
Is that what happens when you put eggshells in a disposal?
Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back slowly. So again, as you can see, we do have some buildup. And by pushing our camera through, we were able to wash out a little bit of the buildup with running the water. See if we can get some of this buildup off. Okay, we're going to continue to pull back. And again, this is the kitchen area, so we do have quite a bit of buildup and scaling throughout. Again, we just continue to pull back slowly. Heading back towards our kitchen. A little bit of residual water, and we're going to come up. And we're going to come up and out of the waistline clean out. So I'm going to pause here for a moment. Okay, and that will conclude our video waste and sewer line inspection.